welcome to the TaBNWNE Wikipedia News Edition. On 25th episode of Season 2 is Dolby.
Dolby Laboratories, Incorporated. Dolby Labs, or simply Dolby, is a British-American technology corporation specializing in audio noise reduction, audio encoding/compression, spatial audio, and high dynamic range television (HDR) imaging.
Dolby licenses its technologies to consumer electronics manufacturers.
Dolby Labs was founded by Ray Dolby, 1933 to 2013, in London, England, in 1965.
Whoa!
In the same year, he invented the Dolby noise reduction system, a form of audio signal processing for reducing the background hissing sound on cassette tape recordings.
His first U.S. patent on the technology was filed in 1969, 4 years later.
Whoa!
The method was first used by Decca Records in the UK.
After this, other companies began purchasing Dolby's A301 technology, which was a professional noise reduction system used in recording, motion picture, broadcasting stations, and communications networks.
These companies include BBC, Pi, IBC, CBS Studios, RCA, and Granada.
He moved the company headquarters to the United States, San Francisco, California, in 1976.
The first product Dolby Labs produced was the Dolby 301 unit, which incorporated Type A Dolby noise reduction, a comparator-based noise reduction system.
These units were intended for use in professional recording studios. Dolby was persuaded by Henry Claus of KLH to manufacture a consumer version of his noise reduction.
Dolby worked more on companion systems and introduced Type B in 1968.
Dolby also sought to improve film sound.
As the corporation's history explains,
upon investigation, Dolby found that many of the limitations in optical sound stem directly from its significantly high background noise. To filter this noise, the high-frequency response of theater playback systems was deliberately curtailed. To make matters worse, to increase dialogue intelligibility over such systems, sound mixers were recording soundtracks with so much high-frequency pre-emphasis that high distortion resulted.
The first film with Dolby sound was A Clockwork Orange, 1971.
the company was approached by Stanley Kubrick, who wanted to use Dolby's noise reduction system to facilitate the film's extensive mixing.
The film went on to use Dolby noise reduction on all pre-mixes and masters, but a conventional optical soundtrack on released prints.
Callum, 1974, was the first film with a Dolby encoded optical soundtrack.
In 1975, Dolby released Dolby Stereo, which included a noise reduction system in addition to more audio channels. Dolby Stereo could actually contain additional center and surround channels matrixed from the left and right.
The first film with a Dolby encoded stereo optical soundtrack was Lichtomania, 1975, although this only used an LCR, left-center-right, encoding technique.
The first true LCRS, left-center-right surround, soundtrack was encoded on the movie A Star Is Born in 1976.
In less than 10 years, 6,000 cinemas worldwide were equipped to use Dolby stereo sound.
Dolby reworked the system slightly for home use and introduced Dolby Surround, which only extracted the surround channel, and a more impressive Dolby Pro Logic, which was the domestic equivalent of the theatrical Dolby Stereo.
In 2005, Dolby's Stereo 4-channel optical theater surround was inducted into the Technology Hall of Fame, an honor given to products and innovations that have had an enduring impact on the development of audio technology.
Dolby developed the digital surround sound compression scheme for the cinema.
Dolby Stereo Digital, now simply called Dolby Digital, was first featured on the 1992 film Batman Returns.
Introduced to the home theater market as Dolby AC3 with a 1995 Laserdisc release of Clear and Present Danger, the format did not become widespread in the consumer market. Partly because extra hardware was needed to make use of it until it was adopted as part of the DVD specification.
Dolby Digital is now found in the HDTV ATSC standard of the United States, DVD players, and many satellite TV and cable TV receivers.
Dolby developed the digital surround sound compression scheme for the TV series The Simpsons. On February 17, 2005, the company became public, offering its shares on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol DLB.
On March 15, 2005, Dolby celebrated its 40th anniversary at the Show West 2005 Festival in San Francisco.
On January 8, 2007, Dolby announced the arrival of Dolby Volume at the International Consumer Electronics Show. On June 18, 2010, Dolby introduced Dolby Surround 7.1, which added two rear surround channels to the 5.1 format.
The first film to be released in this format was Pixar's Toy Story 3.
In April 2012, Dolby introduced Dolby Atmos, a new cinema technology adding overhead sound, first applied in Pixar's motion picture Brave.
In the same year, Dolby bought the naming rights of Hollywood's Dolby Theater, the venue of the annual Academy Awards ceremony.
In July 2014, Dolby Laboratories announced plans to bring Atmos to home theater.
The first television show to use the technology on disc was Game of Thrones.
On February 24, 2014, Dolby acquired Doremi Labs for $92.5 million in cash plus an additional $20 million in contingent consideration that may be earned over a 4-year period. In May 2015, Dolby reopened the Vine Theater, Hollywood as a 70-seat showcase theater known as Dolby at Vine or Dolby Screening Room Hollywood Vine. In May 2019, Dolby added Dolby Atmos to hundreds of newer songs in the music industry. In May 2020, Dolby launched a developer platform, Dolby.io, aimed at providing developers self-service access to Dolby technologies through public API''S.
It allows any person, organization, small and big, to integrate in their websites, apps, games, etc. features such as media enhancements and transcodings, spatial audio, high-quality video communication, and low-latency streaming.
In May 2025, BBC Radio 4 broadcast, Surrounded by Sound, Ray Dolby and the Art of Noise Reduction to mark Dolby Laboratories' 60th anniversary.
This included interviews with his widow Dagmar and two of the first Dolby sound engineers, David Robinson and Ione Ellen, who still worked at the company, and Crimson Tide and Armageddon sound designer Mitch Costin.
A version of the program was made in binaural sound. Analog audio noise reduction. Dolby A, professional noise reduction systems for analog reel-to-reel tape and cassettes.
Dolby MR/V/C/S, consumer noise reduction systems for tapes and analog cassettes.
Dolby SR, spectral recording, professional 4-channel noise reduction system in use since 1986, which improves the dynamic range of analog recordings and transmissions by as much as 25 decibels.
Dolby SR is utilized by recording and post-production engineers, broadcasters, and other audio professionals.
It is also the benchmark in analog film sound, being included today on nearly all 35mm film prints.
On films with digital soundtracks, the SR track is used in cinemas, not equipped for digital playback, and it serves as a backup in case of problems with a digital track. Dolby FM noise reduction system for FM broadcast radio.
Dolby FM was tried by a few radio stations starting with WFMT in 1971.
It used Dolby B, combined with 25 microsecond pre-emphasis.
A small number of models of tuners and receivers were offered with a necessary decoder built in.
In addition, a few cassette deck models appeared that allowed the deck's internal Dolby B decoder to be put in the line level pass-through path, permitting its use with Dolby FM broadcasts.
The system was not successful and was on the decline by 1974. Dolby HX Pro, single-ended system used on high-end tape recorders to increase headroom.
The recording bias is lowered as the high-frequency component of the signal being recorded increases, and vice versa.
It does nothing to the actual audio that is being recorded, and it does not require a special decoder.
Whoa!
Any HX Pro recorded tape will have, in theory, better sound on any deck. And Dolby Advanced Audio, Dolby Surround Sound, locking preferred volume level, optimizes audio performance for specific PC models and lets turning up the volume to the built-in speakers without distorting the sound.
Audio encoding/compression. Dolby Surround.
Dolby Digital, also known as AC3, is a lossy audio compression format.
It supports channel configurations from mono up to 6 discrete channels, referred to as 5.1.
This format first allowed and popularized surround sound.
It was first developed for movie theater sound and spread to Laserdisc and DVD.
It has been adopted in many broadcast formats including all North American digital television, ATSC, DVB-T, direct broadcast satellite, cable television, DTMB, IPTV, and surround sound radio services.
It is also part of both the Blu-ray and the now defunct HD DVD standards.
Dolby Digital is used to enable surround sound output by most video game consoles.
Several personal computers support converting all audio to Dolby Digital for output. Dolby Digital EX introduces a matrix encoded center-rear surround channel to Dolby Digital for 6.1 channel output.
This center-rear channel is often split to two rear-back speakers for 7.1 channel output. Dolby Digital Plus, also known as EAC3, is a lossy audio codec based on Dolby Digital that is backward compatible, but more advanced.
The DVD Forum has selected Dolby Digital Plus as a standard audio format for HD DVD video.
It supports data rates up to 6 megabits per second, an increase from Dolby Digital 640 kilobits per second maximum.
On Blu-ray, Dolby Digital Plus is implemented differently as a legacy 640 kilobits per second Dolby Digital Stream plus an additional stream to expand the surround sound with a total bandwidth of approximately 1.7 megabits per second.
Dolby Digital Plus is also optimized for limited data rate environments such as digital broadcasting.
Dolby Digital Live is a real-time hardware encoding technology for interactive media such as video games.
It converts any audio signals on a PC or game console into the 5.1 channel Dolby Digital format and transports it via a single S/PDIF cable.
A similar technology known as DTS Connect is available from competitor DTS. Dolby, professional coding system optimized for the distribution of surround and multi-channel audio through digital 2-channel post-production and broadcasting infrastructures. Or for recording surround audio onto audio tracks of conventional digital video tapes, video servers, communication links, switchers, and routers.
The Dolby signal does not reach viewers at home.
It is transcoded to Dolby Digital at a lower data rate for final DTV transmission.
Dolby Stereo, also known as Stereo A, original analog optical technology, developed for 35mm prints and is encoded with 4 sound channels. Left/center/right, which are located behind the screen, and surround, which is heard over speakers on the sides and rear of the theater for ambient sound and special effects.
This technology also employs A-type or SR-type noise reduction, listed above with regards to analog cassette tapes.
See also Dolby Surround.
Dolby True HD offers bit-for-bit sound reproduction identical to the studio master.
Over 7 full-range 24-bit/96 kHz discrete channels are supported, plus an LFE channel, making it 7.1 surround, along with the HDMI interface.
Theoretically, Dolby True HD can support more channels, but this number has been limited to 8 for HD DVD and Blu-ray disc.
Dolby Pulse, released in 2009, it is identical to the HEAAC-V2 codec except for the addition of Dolby metadata, which is common for Dolby's other digital audio codecs.
This metadata ensures consistency of broadcast quality. Dolby AC4 is a lossy audio compression format that can contain audio channels and or audio objects.
And Dolby Atmos is a suite of technologies for immersive audio having both horizontal and vertical sound placement, using a combination of channel and object-based mixing and delivery.
It was first introduced in cinemas with Brave, 2012 film.
The first game released with Dolby Atmos audio was Star Wars Battlefront, 2015 video game.
The means of delivering the channels and objects differ, given the technical limitations across different media and the target platform.
Dolby Atmos is not a codec on the consumer market. Pre-recorded Dolby Atmos is delivered as an extension to a Dolby True HD, Dolby Digital Plus, or Dolby AC for stream.
Audio processing. Dolby Headphone, an implementation of virtual surround, simulating 5.1 surround sound in a standard pair of stereo headphones.
Dolby Virtual Speaker simulates 5.1 surround sound in a setup of 2 standard stereo speakers.
Dolby Surround, Dolby Pro Logic, Dolby Pro Logic 2, Dolby Pro Logic 2X, and Dolby Pro Logic 2Z. These decoders expand sound to a greater number of channels.
All can decode surround sound that has been matrixed into 2 channels. Some can expand surround sound to a greater number of speakers than the original source material.
See the referenced articles for more details on each decoder.
Augustry, Sound Enhancement Technologies.
Dolby Volume reduces volume level changes.
Dolby Mobile, a version of Dolby's surround sound technology specifically designed for mobile phones, notably the HTC Desire HD, LG Arena and LG Renoir.
Dolby Audio Plugin for Android, an API, packaged as a Java library that allows Android developers to take advantage of Dolby Digital Plus technology embedded into mobile and tablet devices. Notably the Fire HD, Fire HDX, and Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 series.
And Dolby Voice, hardware and software products for enterprise-level web conferencing.
Video processing. Dolby Contrast provides enhanced image contrast to LCD screens with LED backlight units by means of local dimming.
Perceptual Quantizer, PQ, published by SMPTE as SMPTE ST2084, is a transfer function that allows for the display of high dynamic range, HDR, video with a luminance level of up to 10,000 candles per square meter and can be used with a Rec 2020 color space.
On August 27, 2015, the Consumer Electronics Association announced the HDR10 media profile, which uses the Rec 2020 color space, SMPTE ST2084, and a bit depth of 10 bits.
On August 2, 2016, Microsoft released the Windows 10 Anniversary Update, which supports the HDR10 format with PQ ST2084. Transfer function and Rec 2020 color space.
Dolby Vision is a content mastering and delivery format similar to the HDR10 media profile.
It supports both high dynamic range, HDR, and wide color gamut, ITU Rec 2020 and 2100 at all stages, from content creation and production to transmission and playback.
Dolby Vision includes the Perceptual Quantizer SMPTE ST2084 electro-optical transfer function and supports displays with up to 10,000 nit maximum brightness, 4,000 nit in practice.
It also provides up to 8K resolution and color depth of up to 12 bits, backwards compatible with current 8-bit and 10-bit displays.
Dolby Vision can encode mastering display colorimetry information using static metadata SMPTE ST2086 and dynamic metadata SMPTE ST2094 10 Dolby format for each scene or frame of a video.
Examples of Ultra HD, UHD, Dolby Vision are available in TV, monitor, mobile devices, and theater.
Dolby Vision content can be delivered on Ultra HD Blu-ray discs over conventional broadcasting, OTT, and online streaming media services.
Dolby Vision metadata can be carried via HDMI interface versions 1.4b and above.
It also supports IPTPQC2 color space that is similar to ICTCP.
Dolby Vision IQ is an update designed to optimize Dolby Vision content according to the brightness of the room. And ICTCP provides an improved color representation that is designed for high dynamic range, HDR, and wide color gamut, WCG.
An improved constant luminance is an advantage for color processing operations such as chroma subsampling and gamut mapping, where only color information is changed.
ICTCP is based on a modification of IPT called ICACP.
Digital cinema. Dolby Digital Cinema.
Dolby Surround 7.1 first introduced theatrically with Toy Story 3 in 2010.
Dolby 3D.
Dolby Atmos.
And Dolby Cinema, a premium cinema concept, developed by Dolby Laboratories as a direct competitor to IMAX. Live Sound. Dolby Lake Processor. As of 2009, all Lake products are owned by LabGruppen. Over the years, Dolby has introduced several surround sound systems.
Their differences are explained below.
Dolby Matrix Surround Systems. Dolby Stereo. Encoder. Dolby MP Matrix. Year 1975. Cinema used with optical technology.
Uses Dolby A for noise reduction.
4x2, encoded for 35mm film and 2x4 decoded back to 4.0 by Dolby Stereo Processor.
Discrete magnetic 6-track variant for 70mm. Channels FLFR with C and mono surround matrix. Dolby Surround. Year 1982. Consumer variant of Dolby Stereo.
Original decoder utilized a simple passive LR circuit with delay and phantom center for 3-channel decoding. Channels FLFR and mono surround matrix. Dolby Stereo SR. Encoder Dolby MP Matrix. Year 1986. Addition of Dolby SR noise reduction to Dolby Stereo for enhanced fidelity and dynamic range. Channels FLFR with C and mono surround matrix.
Dolby Pro Logic. Year 1986, modern 1987. Reference active matrix 2 by 4 decoder, TAC number 150 for Dolby Stereo and Dolby Surround.
Accurately decodes LT/RT to recover the LCRS 4.0 surround. Channels FLFR with C and mono surround matrix. Dolby Pro Logic 2. Year 2000. Upmix is encoded stereo to surround 5.1.
Can also be used to decode Dolby Surround for 5.1 playback.
Consumer decoders often include specific movie, music, or game modes. Channels FLFR CSLSR SUB.
Dolby Pro Logic 2X. Year 2002. Extension to PL2.
Enhancement of either stereo, Dolby Surround, Dolby Digital 5.1 to 6.1 or 7.1.
Decodes Dolby Digital EX to 6.1 or 7.1.
Retains movie, music, or game modes in consumer products. Channels FLFR CSLSR SUV left back and right back. Dolby Pro Logic 2Z. Year 2009. Extension to PL2X.
Decodes stereo, Dolby Surround or discrete 5.1/6.1/7.1 to 7.1 height or full 9.1 with the addition of front height channels.
Last Pro Logic, branded decoder from Dolby. Channels L, C, R, LSS, RSS, side surrounds, LRS, RRS, rear surrounds, LFE, LVH and RVH.
And Dolby Surround 2014. Year 2014. Dolby reintroduced the Dolby Surround terminology in 2014.
The term now refers to a new frequency domain decoder slash up mixer.
Dolby Surround is a complete replacement for ProLogic. It takes in stereo, discrete or matrixed 5.1 and 7.1 inputs to play over a wide range of output configurations, including those with high channels.
Dolby Discrete Surround Systems. Dolby Digital. Core Codec AC3. Year 1986 Modern, 1992 Film, and 1995 Laserdisc. Discrete channel encoder slash decoder.
Stereo output can be generated from the 5 program channels using ProLogic encoding.
This allows systems that are limited to stereo output to carry surround sound. Channels LRC, LSR, SLFE.
Dolby Digital Surround EX. Core Codec AC3. Year 1999. 6.1 or 7.1 surround via matrix encoding of LS/RS channels in 5.1.
Remains backwards compatible with standard 5.1 digital. Channels LRC, LSR, SLFE.
Matrix decoding can derive C's, mono surround, or LRS, RRS, stereo surrounds from VLS and RS signals.
Dolby True HD. Core Codec NLP. Year 2006. Lossless compression codec supports 44.1 kHz to 192 kHz sampling frequency up to 24-bit word length. Supports variable data rate up to 18 megabits per second. Maximum channel support is 16 channels as presently deployed.
Higher bitrate than Dolby Digital Plus.
Blu-ray disc channel support up to 8 channels is 96 kHz slash 24-bit audio. 6 channels, 5.1. Up to 192 kHz slash 24-bit, and 2 to 6 channel support up to 192 kHz slash 24-bit maximum bit rate up to the maximum of 18 megabits per second.
Dolby Digital Plus. Core Codec Enhanced AC3. Year 2006. Lossy compression codec, 48 kHz sampling frequency. 20-bit word length, supports data rates of 32 kilobits per second, 6 megabits per second, scalable, including 768 kilobits per second. 1.5 megabits per second on high-definition optical discs, typically, and 256 kilobits per second for broadcast and online.
1.0 to 7.1 channel support for current media applications, extensible to 16 channels, discrete.
Network compatible with Dolby Digital through S/PDIF connection up to 640 kilobits per second.
Supports Dolby metadata. Channels LRC, LSSR, SSLFE, LRSRRS. Dolby Surround 7.1. Year 2010. New sound format for cinema soundtracks that adds 2 additional surround channels. Channels L, C, R, LSS, RSS, side surrounds, LRS, RRS, rear surrounds, LFE.
And Dolby Atmos. Core Codec Cinema SSLAC. Consumer Dolby Digital Plus JOC MLP AC4. Year 2012. Expands on existing surround sound formats by adding top surround channels and audio objects.
Each audio object consists of a mono audio signal plus metadata that describes the sound location, size, and other rendering control parameters.
An object renderer is used to convert the audio objects to output channel signals.
The use of audio objects allows a sound to be described independently of any specific loudspeaker configuration.
For cinema distribution, all audio is losslessly encoded as PCM or SSLAC, sampler rate scalable lossless audio coding. Channels, cinema soundtrack channels. L, R, C, LFE, LSS, RSS, side surrounds, LRS, RRS, rear surrounds, LTS, RTS, top surrounds. Note, the number unintended location of output channels is defined at playback based on the available loudspeakers.
Dolby Digital AC3 is used as the audio codec for the ATSC standards, though it was standardized as A/52 by the ATSC.
It allows the transport of up to 5 channels of sound, with a 6th channel for low-frequency effects, the so-called 5.1 configuration.
In contrast, Japanese ISDV HDTV broadcasts use MPEG's advanced audio coding AAC as the audio codec, which also allows 5.1 audio output.
DVD allows both.
MPEG-2 audio was a contender for the ATSC standard during the Grand Alliance shootout, but lost out to Dolby AC3.
The Grand Alliance issued a statement finding the MPEG-2 system to be essentially equivalent to Dolby, but only after the Dolby selection had been made.
Later, a story emerged that MIT had entered into an agreement with Dolby, whereon the university would be awarded a large sum of money if the MPEG-2 system was rejected.
Dolby also offered an incentive for Zenith to switch their vote, which they did. However, it is unknown whether they accepted the offer. That's it for this short episode today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to smash a like, subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications for more new videos and contents, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.